Ich werde erst über FabLab Groningen nicht so genau haben über Education, aber mehr über die Kontext, wo in ein FabLab funktioniert. Und die Kontext in Groningen, das ist, dass wir eine Zone gemacht haben für die kreative Industrie, wo das FabLab situiert ist. Ich werde einen Fokus machen auf Small Business und Education, aber auch auf Small Business. Wir versuchen in Groningen, weil wir ein Standalone FabLab sind, ein Businessmodell zu entwickeln. Denn es geht ja natürlich alles um Geld. Und dann möchte ich noch etwas sagen über die Kooperation zwischen Bremen und Groningen. Well, Groningen is a rather small city. It's one of the... oh, sorry, I have to speak. Okay. It's one of the city of Bremen. 180,000 people, but we have almost 50,000 students. So it's a little bit a strange city. And of course there are a lot of students who are in design, in creativity, and who are starting businesses. So FabLab in Groningen was a perfect choice. Oh well, I will show you. This is the center of Groningen. This is the creative zone, and the FabLab is in here. So it's almost near the center of Groningen. I myself am a designer. I have a design studio, and we are also producing furniture. And I have my business in the Het Ebbinge kwartier. That's the name of the zone. And we have a lot of starters and stagiaires in our shop. And what I was seeing, there was a big gap between creative people, designers, and the producers. And that gap is that's not so good for taking ideas to products. So a lot of good ideas are staying on the shelf. I think 70 or 80% of all the good ideas are staying on the shelf. And that's why we came 10 years ago to the idea to make a creative zone where a lot of creative industry is concentrated, where there are buildings, incubator buildings, making places, so that there is a kind of boost of the creative industry and a lot of more success for ideas. And we saw the FabLab was a missing link in that chain of idea to production. Well, this is it's not. Well, this is the place where it is. It's what I said next to the center. It's a former place of the gas factory, and it's all upgraded now at the moment. I will show you in short what kind of buildings are built there. We had an old chemical laboratory of the university, and it's now all rebuilt to an incubator building with a lot of studios, starter studios, hotel, congress facilities. So it was the first stepping stone in the creative zone there, we realized. There is also an old factory with a lot of functions. There is music studios are in there, and also my business is in here. Another element of the creative zone is the open Lab Ebbinge. It's a temporary architecture initiative. It's all made of containers. It will be there for 5 years, and there is a lot of creative industry in all those buildings. For instance, here there is a lot of multimedia studios. There's also built a festival terrain. This was last Wednesday night. when there was the football game, and there were about 5,000 people there, and well, you know what happened. Well, we thought when there should be a FabLab in Groningen, it should be in this zone, in this creative zone. And that we did. It is now in the Palace, and we opened in 2010. So we are functioning now 2.5 years almost. And what I have seen in those last 2 years, there is a big change in digital production. Not only in the FabLab, but because it was already digital from the beginning, but in the surroundings of about one kilometer, there are a lot of small businesses now at the moment who have professional digital producing machines. If you go on your bike, you are in 5 minutes. You can visit a big water jet machine. There are big lasers. I myself bought a big CNC router. So when you are in FabLab, you are prototyping, and you make small prototypes. You just take your USB stick out of the laser or the 3D printer, and you go on your bike, and in half an hour you can produce on big machines. So that's a big change in the whole picture of digital producing, and also, of course, a big chance for starters, for entrepreneurs and small businesses. Well, this is an example of the router. And from this infrastructure, it is used more and more. People have to discover it, because for the most creatives, everybody thinks that creative people are very creative, but they are in a lot of things very conservative. But we are promoting this infrastructure very much, and you see now that a lot of creative people and designers are now working with it, and that's what we all did it for. We are now on the FabLab, 2 years. Of course, we did our open hours, and people are renting the machines. As a standalone initiative, it's not so easy. If you are part of university or a high school, well, people are coming in. We had to do a lot of marketing and PR, and well, we are still struggling with the money to stay alive. But some things got really out. It was the cooperation with Science Links. That's department of the University of Groningen, in promoting beta studies at high schools. And we did a lot of projects with them. And there are a lot of initiatives by starters and entrepreneurs who are connected to the FabLab. Well, I show you first some workshops we organized together with Science Links, and that did we with the technasiums that are parts of high schools who are focused on science. It's a special format. A school has to rebuild his school for a part. And so to make a special environment for projects about science, art, and in the context of those projects, they also visit the FabLab to finish their projects, because in the FabLab you can make things much more nice and precise than when you are at school just with the scissor and. So, for example, this project that are the, I don't know how to say of English, strandbeesten, beach animals. It's from Theo Janssens. He designed very big structures which can walk in the wind. They are 5 meter long, and they went. But it's all about the movements they have to make. And the scholars, they had to design the movements, and then they made it in FabLab. And well, you see it's functioning here. We also did AR applications with science links. Well, I can in this time, but we have some expositions here. We did the molecular city. It's with air markers, and most of the thing did Leen van Wijngaarden. He's sitting there. And Renske is the cooperating partner from Science Links. We had a lot of markers through whole the city. For example, in a tobacco shop, there was a marker where you could see, if you scan with your smartphone, you can see the molecule nicotine on this way, you see on the screen. And so you can walk all over the city and see the molecular world behind the real world. Especially Leen did 2 big projects in the Night of Science and Arts. This is a big DNA molecule in the church in Groningen. And the last thing is here in the exposition is about bioart. It are bacteria in a form of an art piece. It's here in the garden. The small businesses projects. There are several. This is the FabLabs project. It's a kind of context for several things, but there are a lot of objects in the creative zone. It are old industrial objects. It's an old chimney, a water tower, all those things. And we will put on all those things LED lights, and they can be influenced by sensors and all those kind of things. And so we are creating a public space where the public can influence the whole space with light. And the sensors and the nodes, it's a kind of Wi-Fi network. They are made in FabLab, and we are also making workshops on that for people who want to do art projects on this infrastructure. We had an initiative from FabLab for about QR in history in this zone. There are a lot of markers already there. Of course, we did Girlsday a few times. Very nice. We are also developing all kind of things for architecture. This is a Papercraft building board, where you can build a house, but also you see an AR marker on it and also a QR marker, so you have a total set of presentations from a housing project. Of course, scale models. How's my time, Ben? Okay. This is, well, I will talk about that, but you can very good join 3D producing things with housing projects and the marketing of that, and involve people in it. We have a whole concept developed for that. Well, is this a new business model for a FabLab? Well, we see that there is starting a whole coalition of small businesses, starters, entrepreneurs around the FabLab who are doing their projects for a part in the FabLab, and there is now already a financial spin-off from that project to the FabLab. So we hope that this will continue and will becoming bigger. So we have a kind of financial bottom under the lab. Last but not least, our Groningen Bremen connection. I saw that it's already 1.5 years ago that a small group of Bremen with Heidi came to Groningen to see, what for the hell is a Fab Lab? And after that we had return visits. We built a makerbot. The das Universum came to visit us. And in 3 weeks we are doing a workshop. It's called Online Furniture Making. And it's between 2 schools, a school in Bremen and a school in Groningen. And they are they have to make a 3D structure with a function. They have to design it, and we are doing it with Sketchshare, 123D Make. It's all easy design tools. Of course, that's because we want to have the time spent on designing, digital designing, as short as possible, and that we are very fast going to the making of things, prototyping, making. So we are working with the plotter, laser cutter, and of course the communication thing, Google+, because that's the main theme. How can you design in very different places and make a project together? So the communication part is very important. And after 3 days, the schools are going to a professional with a big router, and they are making the thing one-to-one, so with all the functions on it. Well, this is the last thing. We have a lot of activities here, and I invite you on the 1st of July to a kind of festival on how things are made. It's in the Palace. FabLab is open. A lot of producers are open. You can walk the whole day on and see how things are made. So you're all very much invited. Thank you.